What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here. I've got something exciting to share with you. I know that over the years I've been sharing some of my thoughts about financial coaching, and that's from building your business to actually doing coaching. And one of the things that I really realized here is that a lot of people still have very basic questions about building their financial coaching business. But then as some people have gotten some time under their belt, a few months to a few years, they have more questions about scaling their efforts, questions about adding on courses or doing retreats or advanced marketing exercises and spending money online and all sorts of different things. So I actually wrote a book here called Be Discovered: How to Market Your Financial Coaching Business. Now, one of the things that I want to mention here is that I actually did a 5-day boot camp with some people, and that is online. That's on Udemy right now, and it's pretty cheap, and you can watch that. And it's really about how to get yourself out there and take advantage of free social media to increase your visibility and to reach people that you might not reach through normal activities, and to take advantage of the tools out there. And that's a great way just to kind of get started. I would say that it's kind of going from 0 to 20 miles an hour. It's kind of taking you off the couch, taking you behind the scenes in the business, and actually have you start working on the business. But one of the things that I realized is that I was still answering lots of questions about everything from logos and business names to insurance to marketing exercises to marketing strategies. Because of my time in the financial coaching business, and because I've had lots of experiences in paying money and doing free things, I could tell you exactly what my experiences are. So even though this is called How to Market Your Financial Coaching Business, it's really how I marketed my financial coaching business. It's how I kind of positioned myself and how I described the service and how I reached out to people and where I deployed my money and where I deployed my time and how I partnered with people and how I did networking. And so it's all of the things that I really wanted to share with you, because I feel like this is going to cover all the questions that I really come across over the last couple of years. Now, a couple things I want to say here. This book is not small. This book is actually way bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it really covers everything. Do you have to read it cover to cover? No, I don't think so. And if you're just starting out, probably the first handful of chapters are going to be relevant to you. But there are 153 chapters in this book, everything from how to do a webinar to doing on-demand webinars to setting up online communities to figuring out how you're going to partner with on a podcast to doing a podcast alone to using social media and YouTube and paying for ads on Facebook versus LinkedIn and all sorts of stuff. So if you are early in your journey, even the first few years, I think this book is going to be really helpful. Now, I say that because there's lots of stuff in here and this book is pretty thick, but I deleted probably 20 or 30 chapters when I was doing the editing on this, because I thought some of the stuff was a little too advanced. It's some of the stuff that you wouldn't really get to, or maybe they cost too much money. Probably in the near term, you're not going to spend $5,000 to $10,000 a month on marketing activities. You're not necessarily going to go and speak at conferences and be a headliner or a keynote speaker. So there are ways to do some of those things, and there are ways to make them work for you and get a good return on that spend. But I didn't really want to go there. And even though I had those, maybe I can write a second volume to this book for people that are maybe 5 or 6 years into the business to help them kind of go to the next level here. But I think for a lot of people, you're going to find more stuff in here than you are ever going to be able to explore. I've had the benefit of doing this for like 13 or 14 years now. And so under the umbrella of a corporation and on my own, had access to lots of different types of resources. And so got to try a lot of things, sometimes on my own dime. And usually I tried to do them on someone else's dime. But if you want to know what the secrets were for me to build a 6-figure coaching business, they are right here. Now, I will also say this. I know there are a lot of financial coaches out there that have done it a different way, or kind of double down, triple down on one particular strategy, and that is absolutely fine. I'm not saying this is the only way to build it. I'm just saying this is an inside look, inside baseball on how I built mine, because my personality is such that I don't really like the hard sell. I will push people and I will be proactive, but to me, there was a part of me that wanted to just kind of explain my wares and explain my discipline and what I do for people, and then have them beg me to take their money. And so I kind of always struggled with this in between of not being overly aggressive, not being overly salesy, but also not being passive and just waiting for things to happen. So if you kind of find yourself in that kind of middle zone where I think a lot of financial coaches are, and you don't necessarily need to have $1 million business, right? Maybe $40,000 or $50,000 a year would make your dreams come true. Maybe 100 or 120 $120,000 or $130,000 would make your dreams come true. And that's where I personally got to. Over 6 figures, a little bit of extra money there. It was gravy. It gave me some flexibility. It gave me a job that I could really sink my teeth into. There were times when I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it because, it's stressful or you're working with people that you really empathize with. But there are other times that it's super rewarding and you get to work with people and see things that you never thought were possible. So it's all right here in the Be Discovered book. I bring this up because this is available now. You can order it, but I've also had it made into an audiobook. So if you are like me again and you like listening to something on your morning jog or your walk or your commute or your drive or your road trip, then you can absolutely get this on Audible as well, and that's really maybe the way to go. Now, here is a strategy for reading this book. If you are brand new to financial coaching, i.e. you don't have any clients yet, I would get this book and I would just start diving into it. And I would say that probably the first 10 to 20 chapters are going to be really relevant for you. It's going to be the stuff that you are suffering from right now. And I probably wouldn't go much beyond that until you start getting clients. I kind of make a big deal about that, right? But if you are someone who has worked with your beta clients, your test clients, your free clients, and maybe you're looking for, hey, what's the next thing that's going to bring in some people? I'm looking for some volume now, right? Maybe you can reference those middle chapters, right, to chapter 20 to 50. That's probably where I would start spending your time because you already got your business name and your website and some of those things set up. Now, there may be some insights on some of the technology that I talk about setting up your website with. That might be helpful to you anyway, but that might be a good way to use it. Now, if you have a business and you're really trying to start optimizing it, well, that's where I might use this book as a reference book. I didn't try to make the chapter names sexy or interesting or clickbait or flowery. I tried to make them exactly what is in the chapter so that you could read the chapter titles and know exactly what it was going to deliver. So chapter 65, how to use AI. There are a lot of AI tools out there that can make a lot of the jobs that you are working on a lot easier. How not to lose your ideas. 69, how to start a podcast. 70, the best podcast platforms for beginners. If I go here to chapter 99, why you need Toastmasters. Chapter 98, how to build a wow presentation. Chapter 100, how to get booked as a speaker. There are all sorts of things here, and you don't necessarily need to absorb them all right now. But as you are starting to explore some of these topics and asking some of the questions on Facebook or sending me emails, this book might be an easy place to go to right away. So I would highly recommend getting this book. Now, if you are watching this video at the time that I am posting it, I am telling you that this book is now for the next 48 hours free. And so you can go to Amazon. The listing will be in the description. Go ahead and download the ebook for absolutely free. I would just love to put it in your hands. And even if it's not something, hey, I'm going to read this right now, Pete, it's just something that you can have in your library so that, like I said, as a reference piece, you can go back to and pick up or reference whenever you want. There's also the audiobook, and if you want to pick that up, I would highly recommend that. That is priced by Amazon. I have no control over that. So please grab that if that's a way that you like to consume books. And I am hoping that this will be helpful to you. And if you find anything helpful in this, if you find something that's helpful maybe to other financial coaches, I would love, super appreciate a review. Even if it's not a written review and you want to just go in and hit a few stars, no obligation to do that, but that would help me out immensely. So I've really poured a lot of energy and time into this book because I wanted to get this in the hands of as many people as possible. Now, I know that there are a bunch of other launch programs for financial coaches, and I am saying that you might see yourself kind of mirrored in one of those financial coach personalities better than you do with me, and you might benefit from their program more. I have checked out a lot of these, whether they are programs from colleges or universities or certifications or from some of the other coaches that are online. A lot of them have such great insights. I like the varied opinions there. I also find myself agreeing a lot with some of these other experts, so there's going to be a lot of overlap as well. But if you want a reference piece that can hopefully get your business from start to sustainable to profitable, I think that this could be very helpful. So I would highly encourage you to go grab it now. And as always, I appreciate your continued support on the channel. If you do have questions, let me know. I am hoping that this and the content that I'm producing here on the channel is helping you grow your business. I will see you soon.